a vintage ceramic goose planter from Home Interiors. I picked this up for a couple of dollars, I believe, at a Goodwill. It could have been a yard sale. I believe it's a Goodwill because I picked this up because I know that the geese um, aesthetic is very popular, and I don't know how long that trend's gonna last. So it did pretty well. I sold for 19 and subtracting all the fees and things, shipping, I ended up with a profit of 12. So I bought it for 2, so around a $10 profit. So another, I guess, bread and butter is what we call it. Would I pick it up again? No, probably not unless it was more valuable. Um, yeah, it wasn't hard to ship. It's not that it was a hassle or anything. It's just, as I said before, my goal is to try to get a higher return on investment. I have a very small place to store things, so I need to get as much as I can for my items. Cute little goose, though. The buyer was extremely happy. It left me a really good um, review. Thank you, buyer. All right, so on the goose, the buyer paid $19.99. They paid shipping, which was $7.46. There was some sales tax, about $2. It totaled $29 and $4.39 transaction fee, an ad fee. I promoted at 2%. Earnings were $15, and I actually had my cost listed on this one. Says I paid $3, so I did make $12. So not terrible. Okay, these are the Wrangler Cowboy Cut Original Fit Jeans, 30 by 32 men's. I had 13 of these, thanks to my son outgrowing them. So this was an incredible items list because I could sell 13 of them with only one post. So I only took one picture. Actually, I took 2 pictures. I did not take a picture of everything, all of them, um, because they all look pretty much the same. I had two examples here, and I said basically they were all the same. I sold these for $15, and I ended up selling all of them. So, I don't remember how much we originally paid for them, but I probably got half of my money back. So that was good. Okay, I sold these in 3 different orders, starting with April 9th, then April 20th, and April 24th. And these were listed on February 16th. So definitely be on the lookout for Wranglers. Okay, even though I know this is not one of the top brands, according to my husband, who only buys Milwaukee, I know some people use this, and it was relatively cheap. I picked this up at the bins, so I'm not sure what it cost, but I thought I would test it out, based on what other resale video content I watch. I can't remember what channel it was now that sold electronics like this. I watched several. But I thought I would try it out. It did sell eventually. I did not make it very much profit. I had it listed for 18. I took an offer for 10. And it says I made 7. So that's maybe I earned some money on shipping. I'm not sure. It's behind this screen, so I'm not positive at the moment. Anyway, I would definitely pick up Milwaukee brand. I'm not sure if I would pick up Ryobi. It just depends on how much it was to pick up to begin with. This was in the bin, so I didn't think I had too much to lose. So, we'll see. It was hard to test. I did test it here. I plugged it in and all, and these were able to light up. However, I did not have the battery to actually charge it, so it was kind of a gamble. But it worked out. The buyer gave me feedback. He was happy, and all is well. Here are the details on my Ryobi charger. I took $10. They paid shipping. There was some sales tax, and here's how it came out to be $7. I guess you would call that. Would you call that a bread and butter? I don't know. I don't think I waste my time for $7 though. Probably not. Okay, this is pitiful. It is so, so sad. Pokemon Evolutions tie-dye t-shirt. I'm sure I'm saying that right. I don't know much about Pokemon at all. Size small. I don't know. I just picked it up. It looked older. It was Pokemon. Apparently, the right Pokemon sells really well. I was just testing the waters, trying it out. Will I pick up Pokemon again? Yes, but I will research a little further. Um, this set around a while, and I did not make much off of it at all. In fact, I may have lost money on this. We'll see. Let's see. Embarrassing, but it's okay. I learned something. So the shipping was more than the cost of the t-shirt. And there was some sales tax collected, there's transaction fee collected, a pitiful ad fee. I promoted for, how could I promote for 2%? Maybe I promoted for more. I don't know. And did it say how much I even paid for it on here? No. So after all that, I earned $1.77. I'm pretty sure I paid more than $1.77. Our Goodwill typically lists shirts for anywhere $4 and up. I'm sure I didn't spend more than $5. I hope I didn't spend more than $4. Anyway, it is what it is. The lesson learned. Lesson learned. Okay. Okay, these are shoes. Croc Islander, Pit Crew, boat shoes, clogs, brown, tan, leather, black, men's 7 and women's 9. I do not like these shoes at all, but there is a buyer out there for them. I picked these up because they're Crocs, and I checked the comps, and it was a really decent return on investment. I'm sure I picked these up under $10. I'm going to estimate 8, 9. So, I made 20-ish dollars, and I will pick these up again. That's a very decent price, and they're easy to ship, easy to list, and these Crocs sell. Now, I do have some Crocs listed right now that are not selling, and they're not even getting that many views and likes. So maybe it's just this particular Croc, interesting leather. I don't know. We shall see. The mystery of the Croc. So I guess lesson is not all Crocs will turn a profit quickly or a good return on investment. You gotta watch the style. That's my lesson I learned. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong in how much I made. Shipping was $8.92, but that was paid by the buyer. They did pay $30. I had a $5 transaction fee, an ad fee. 23 was my order earnings, but I actually paid $11 for these, so I only made $12.53. I guess you could consider these another bread and butter. I don't know. Jury's out. I'm not sure if I'll buy Crocs again. As I mentioned earlier, my other Crocs aren't really selling or getting that many views. Are Crocs dead? We shall see. I bought these at the Goodwill. I bought them for $5. So I was able to profit $12.82 from these, and I bought them because they were brand new. They didn't have tags, but they were very excellent shape. The bottom of the shoe did not look worn at all. The inside sole was beautiful. They still had this insert from the store. This is a good brand, and it's a neutral classic color for any kind of capsule wardrobe is what I was thinking about. So $12.82 is pretty decent. I would possibly buy these again if they're in this good of a condition. Here are the details. The subtotal shipping was $10.64. I don't know. I don't know why. Sales tax collected by the buyer, I believe. So the subtotal was 37, and yeah, eBay collected from the buyer $2.42. There's a transaction fee, cost of selling on eBay, and I promoted these at 2%. I paid $5, so my earnings was just shy of $13. It's not in the range of my goal of $20 to $30. It's good bread and butter. I don't think that these sold incredibly fast, but I think they did sell within 90 days. Okay, this is Andrea by Sadik Teacup. Lid saucer, blue lavender, but no strainer. I was so upset I got home and realized it was supposed to have a strainer and it did not come with one. And so it took a little longer to sell. This one sold around mid-April. I purchased this probably January, February. Not terrible. I only made about $7.50 on this. I had some ad fees and other listing fees that I don't know. I feel like I could not list this higher because it was missing the strainer. And it may or may not. I don't think it was supposed to have a spoon. Anyway, I thought it was beautiful, dainty, unique. As a purchase I made trying out retail arbitrage. I bought these on clearance at TJ Maxx. So it was about $6 to $8. I can't remember. So it priced to sell at 17. I made after selling fees and all the things, it was $12, but I paid, like I said, maybe $6 to $8. So terrible return on investment. Not sure that I will do that again. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. This Jose A. Banks 100% merino wool, argyle, maroon sweater, preppy career golf, men's, or is that medium? I don't remember. It did sell for $18.99. I picked this up because of other YouTube channels I was watching that were saying to get the 100% merino wool. I think I'm saying that correctly. And I know Jose A. Banks is a pretty decent brand. This was listed for a couple of months and it sold for asking what I had it listed for. I didn't make very much on this. I bought this at a thrift store for around $6. Maybe it was the season. Maybe it was too late in the season, but it's cold different places. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would buy this again. If I do buy this in the winter, I will check comps again. Mark Joseph black leather driving shoes, men's quiet luxury, minimalist loafers. And this was when I went to the Goodwill store and bought a whole buggy full of shoes. I was just starting thrifting and I just thought I found all these wonderful magical brands. They sat for a while. They did eventually sell. Sold them for 21 and they ended up, see that over on the side, I think I sold, made $15.61 profit after mailing and fees. I mean, sorry, shipping and fees, but I probably paid $8 to $6 for them. So will I buy these again? No, I will not. Are they cool? Yeah. Easy to ship? Sure. Not much room to store? No. not a big enough profit. So I want to buy these again for the driving shoes. So it cost around $9 to ship. There was $2 in sales tax. There's the order total. There was a transaction fee of $4.75. The shipping label was $8.87, and I did promote this at 2%. If I promote it, I'm only promoting for 2%. So I earned $15.61. However, like I said, I'm sure I paid upwards of possibly $8 or $9. So probably want to buy those again. But good lesson, good lesson. These were, like I said, these were some of my beginning purchases when I was first learning what things were. Okay, these are the Chloe Donny Rose Woody Flat Mules. Logo embroidered canvas 7.5, and they sold for $70. I did, and can't remember if I lowered the price on these or not. These I'm selling for my daughter. She did not want them anymore, so I did not pay anything for them, and I know she did not pay full price for them. So they did end up selling after a few weeks for $70.19. I don't know where the 19 cents came from. These were one of my beginning listings, so I don't know. I might have gone off a suggestion from eBay. I made a earning of $56.55 after fees, shipping, taxes, etc. So since I didn't pay anything for these, that's a very good return on investment. So if you're looking for a high-end shoe to flip for a good return on investment, if you can get them cheap enough, this brand is good. They retail for a few $100s. So be on the lookout for these. And they come in different shades also. Okay, the shipping was $8. Sales tax was a little under $7. And eBay collected the sales tax from the buyer. The transaction fee was almost $12. And I promoted these on 2%, so it's $1.70. And there we go. Your earnings were $56.55.